Hold on one second. Yeah, okay. So you burst down the door, and you see the door on the other side of the mill. You can see it's open. You don't see Anton in there, or his uh, or your mother, but you do see the kid with the pistol who pulls the trigger as soon as you open the door.
I mean, I can't do anything. I think I saw
Yeah,
that.
no.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, literally cannot dodge gunpowder weapons.
Nope.
So he's looking for 45, and he flips to fail because he's not trained in martial range.
Hmm.
And the shot like goes like digs into the door frame right next to you, and you can like see the fear in this young man's eyes as it happens. Yeah, Elja's moving around. Anton. Um, Yakety yak. Because you're now like riding past the mill. Make an awareness test.
Awareness.
Make it just
Difficulty.
standard. Just standard. Yeah. As you ride past the mill, you're like there. You can see sort of like behind it. Uh, you can see Anton is carrying, or somebody, you don't know who the fuck it is. Somebody is carrying somebody out towards a tiny dinghy.
Just as a matter of question, how far away is that?
Oh god, so you're like here-ish.
It's within war yak charging rules.
I don't need charging. Charging isn't the thing I'm concerned about.
God, yeah. So you're like here. We'll say it's, I would say 30-ish yards.
Alright, that's fine.
Speaking of that, it is Anton's turn. So basically, what you see is you see him get in the dinghy and launch off around the water wheel over here. Um, yeah. So he's launched off with his prey. This you can help out of this. Okay, Rasmussen. The battle, which is just a slaughter, has devolved into the Ziegenhelds running back towards the town. Um, Jeb, you have maybe one shot at Jeb.
That's fine. Rasmussen is irrationally hell bent on Jeb's murder. So if he only gets the one opportunity to take, then he will absolutely take it, regardless of the.
Okay, go ahead. Give me your roll.
So can I assume that he's taken at least two actions of aim?
Yeah.
Also, more importantly, what do you shout while you're shooting at him?
I absolutely nothing. I just want him dead. I don't need any flowery words.
Not the second time, anyway.
Just got to keep shooting somebody till they finally die.
Till they stop turning into snowflakes.
Okay. So, you fail. You did not. Are you trained in martial range?
Let me take a. No, I am not. So I
Okay.
would have to flip to fail, right?
Yeah. So unfortunately, it's a 94, and the shot goes wide. So you it's too bad because you could have like spent all the fortune points to just basically kill him. You shoot the shot. It goes wide. You see Jeb's head turn for just a second, and as he makes quick eye contact with you, as your face lights up with the, and as the flintlock goes off. When the smoke clears, you can see Jeb is still making his way towards the town with the remnants of the Ziegenheld family. And you see one of the one of the herdlings, not Brutus, break off their charge or their pursuit and come after you.
Okay. Assuming Rasmussen still can, he is going to ignore the Beastman and, in a pathetic attempt to chase after Jeb, will do.
Okay, so we will come back to that. Brutus and the herd, they're going to become more important later.
It's my favorite band.
Rutherford, I imagine you just want to hold your actions because right now you're on a yak unless he got dropped. I don't know how you picked them up.
Oh, I'm
I
still holding
imagine you
on
put
to
him
him.
in the saddle.
Yeah, no, I'm huge. I just fucking grab him by the neck or the waist.
Yeah, I mean, did you like lift him up and put him on the saddle?
Oh
somewhere?
no, I'm holding on to him. Don't worry. When my turn comes around, I got a plan for Rutherford.
He's just gonna yeet me onto the fucking raft.
You know me. We ought to be a team.
Hey, talking about your turn, Dash.
Yeah, the yak is gonna charge towards the dinghy, and I am going to yeet Rutherford at it.
Yeah. I think athletics for this skill. Let's.
Is Rutherford
oh
not
my
a
God.
martial ranged weapon?
No,
Throw him
unfortunately
like
not.
a spear?
No, this is more like was that is that shot put? It's more like what it's like, right? Javelin toss maybe.
Can I spend 2 rounds to aim?
More like an underhand throw, like bowling, I guess, but really violently.
Yeah. Yeah, give me an athletics. Make it standard difficulty.
Does Saddleborn help because I'm technically throwing him like a weapon?
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
How many action points do I have to spend on aiming him?
So I'd say to get close to him, you have to double move. And
So
then
1 is what you're saying.
1, yeah.
So athletics plus 20. Well, I was really counting on this being more of an attack move, so I thought I was going to have a 50 range to hit, but this has now turned into a 50-50 shot. So I hope you're ready to drown. Oh, hey, look at that.
Oh yeah. Let's get this started.
You land in the dinghy, and Anton has to row the dinghy to make it go. So in a lot of ways, this is a pretty good plan. In some ways, let's
Rutherford, I choose you!
I'm gonna call
You
this
stab.
suffer 12 physical peril. So that's
Oh,
not damage,
God.
it's physical peril. As you go crashing, fabulously shot putted into this thing, but unfortunately, it still hurts like a bitch. But you do land in the dinghy. I guess you could go ahead and take your turn now, as you land in the dinghy with a very surprised Anton, who was rowing, and
So
a unconscious Selma.
is Selma in between Anton and I?
I think you landed pretty much on her, and like, yeah, if she was awake, you would have knocked her out again.
All right. Well. And he's facing me, right?
Yeah, because he's rowing.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna stab him in his eye.
Is that a called shot attack?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see.
See that, Anton? We're gonna finish what we started earlier at the manor. You and me.
How much damage did you do? Let's see. So that's fast. 11 damage. Wow. Nice. Not bad. Would you like to spend a fortune point to turn that 4 into a 6 and then get an explosion die?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So
All right.
it's just
So instead of you do 7 plus 6. So that's 13 and roll another d6. Okay.
damn.
That's unfortunate. Yeah. So you did 14 damage. But roll 2d6 to inflict a moderate, or 1d6 to inflict a moderate wound. You do not. Yeah, vicious fight on the boat as you stab the shit out of Anton, and he begins to bleed everywhere.
By the way, are you just imperiled now?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know what your peril threshold was. I didn't know if that 12 was to be a 2 or a 1 hit.
Nah, I pretty much just got thrown on the boat, freaked out, and started stabbing him.
No, I mean the 12 that you took for being, or I guess hitting the boat.
Yeah, imperiled. Or no, that's ignore one skill rank.
I mean, it doesn't affect your dirk hit because that 8 or 5 was such a low roll. I'm just wondering where you were at, so if we have to plan for you to be incapacitated or not.
Nah, I got a way to go for that.
And then he has Rutherford and Selma. He has
Quick,
two hostages.
Gotta look around for somebody else to throw. I pick up the yak and throw it.
Genevieve, you're in the mill, and Anton's cousin charges you with
He charges with me with a what?
a knife.
knife.
And he misses as he's trying to stab the shit out of you. It's your
I'm going to yeah, I'm going to yeah, can I disarm?
yeah. Do you want to aim to do that, or do you want to?
Yes.
Okay.
I wish to aim and disarm.
Okay.
Would I do that with my weapon?
Yeah. Well, Marshall. No, I think it's a coordination test. It's a coordination test.
That's what I thought. It was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, oops, wrong one. Coordination.
He cannot resist it. You expertly disarm the knife from his hands. And he stands there surprised as the dagger goes clattering across the floor.
I just imagine she just yells at him, "Go home!"
Oh wow. Elle just steps in the door and tries to shoot him, but you get in the way, so she she pulls her shot quite bad. So she seemed visibly upset at not shooting this person.
Everybody just wants to shoot at everybody.
Yeah. She suffers 14 mental peril as she pulls her shot up. Okay, Anton on the raft. He is going to try and kick you off the raft. You're going to spend 1 AP. Can't do takedown. Well, he might not be able to. Let's see charges. Okay, so he's just gonna punch you. Or hit you with an. So he hits you for so far 10, but I'm going to use a misfortune to turn that 1 into a 6. So he does 18 damage to you, Grippy, smacking you across the face with an oar.
Oh my god.
How far does that put you down? What state of... This is not peril, this is now damage track.
The third box is seriously, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm seriously wounded.
You take an injury.
There goes the giant book. Let's see what's wrong now. You lost your ear.
Man, I'm gonna need another Pokemon.
Yeah.
This one sucks.
Now we got 2 members of the party with peg legs. Well, until the first one dies.
Go ahead and roll the D100 for me, Joe. You can roll the D100 because it's your injury. Fractured larynx. Until fully recuperated, you must succeed at a scrutinized test to speak.
How does that work?
I don't know why you have scrutinized, but his larynx has been fractured until you can be healed from your injury.
So you were the talking man. You were the face man of the lion group, right?
Yeah, he just smacked you in the throat with an oar, and now your
To be
larynx
fair,
has
that
been
is the most
fractured.
painful place.
Yeah. Oh, it fucking hurt too. Okay. Excellent, Rasmussen. You see a lone brew veer off to the side of the road in the general pursuit of the Ziegenhelds. What do you do?
Well, Rasmussen was sort of pathetically attempting to keep up with Jeb, which he quickly realizes is not going to be feasible. You had mentioned that there was a beastman who was charging him.
Yeah.
So if
Yes.
the only thing that Rasmussen can really do at this point is he's just going to drop the flintlock and pull out his stiletto and get ready to get in.
Okay, sounds good. The he's gonna charge you.
Okay.
And try to beat you down with this hook. He does miss because he is on his own at the moment. Yeah, so now you can respond because I guess you waited, so we'll just let you respond so you're in your scene still. As
Okay.
the thing comes down and tries to beat you
So-
down, you can also smell the meat on it very, very thick now.
Well, yeah, it seems clear that the herd were the ones who stole the mead from the manor, but at this moment in time, Rasmussen has bigger concerns, so he's just going to try to stab it. He does have simple melee, so he's not going to be flipping to fail.
You don't ever fail at simple melee or simple range, just martial melee and martial ranged. So, but go ahead. Damn. If you had hit. Did you aim?
No, I didn't have time to aim. I dropped the flintlock, I drew the stiletto, and my third action was the actual.
So here's what I'll let you do, because this will literally like save your life, essentially. Doing 21 damage to this thing. You can spend a fortune point right now to gain that extra action point and aim if you would like.
But here's the thing, that those fortune points may come in more handy for the other party members who are actually trying to get Selma. So no, I don't want to use that. I want to leave it available.
Okay, that's your choice. Yeah, you stab viciously, but you just miss the beast.
Okay.
Rutherford.
You're such an ass.
Always look on the bright side of life, man.
Rutherford, your larynx was just fractured.
I'm just gonna stab him. I'm just gonna keep stabbing him.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just losing my mind now. You're gonna die.
By the way, as a reminder, how long is his larynx fractured?
So he has to go basically get surgery.
Okay, so knowing this town forever is what you're saying?
Well, no. The healer can do it. He has to go get surgery, and then depending on how well she does, he's going to have bed rest for a certain amount of days. It's going to be a while. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't give you this option. Joe, you may spend a fate point to ignore that injury.
I will do that.
Okay, so there you go. He's not injured.
You only had
Character
one,
save.
right?
Yeah, but I mean, if I can't talk, then I might as well be dead.
Well, I don't remember if you took the... Whatever gave Rasmussen the peg leg, the one to get an extra fate point. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I did take that.
So
I got bloodshot eyes, and he lost the leg, so I came out good on that one.
Right. Okay, so you have one fate point remaining, then, is what I'm saying. Or asking.
Oh.
No, I don't think... No, you didn't take a drawback, Joe.
I did. I got bloodshot eyes.
No, that's just that was just your feature. Everyone gets a feature.
Yeah, if you're older than young, you had a feature.
Yeah.
That would really suck if Rasmussen's feature was peg leg.
Oh man. Well.
All right. Well, you're virgin on death now, so make it count.
Sure, you want to use that fate point to just not talk, because you can still talk if you pass a screw.
I mean, I do have a point in scrutinize.
Yeah, I would say fate.
Okay, I'll save it.
If you want to die, it's fine.
Now, can I melee attack 3 times?
Just once. You can only attack once in a round, but you can twice. Which I...
Here, what was that last thing you said?
You can aim twice, which you might as well, because your action points are going to refresh soon.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, go ahead and make the attack. Aim twice.
I have to add 20 on the modifier, right?
I mean, you hit, so without a modifier.
Do you want to use that fortune point to turn that 2 into a 6? Just point out, you only have 2 left.
So the situation is Genevieve, there's really nothing happening. Rasmussen's about to die.
Genevieve is in a fight. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Also, I want to throw this out there, that when you use that fortune point, it can be turned into a misfortune point. So if it doesn't, if you don't kill that guy, he could kill you.
Well, he's already got 2 misfortune points. I gotta.
Just throwing it out there.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna get.
If he's the devil
What
on
do
your shoulder, I'm just being the angel.
Yeah, that's a good point. Are you going to use it?
I mean, I'm close to dying. I should probably use it.
Okay, roll a d6. As you do, you right now have 13 damage, 16 damage. Roll 2d6 for an injury as you viciously jump onto him with your crushed larynx and squeeze out a noise and stab the shit out of him. You return the favor and give him a serious injury. So roll me a d100. You busted his kneecap.
That doesn't seem very useful in this situation.
Yeah, not so much. Yeah, I think while you're stabbing him, maybe you kick the shit out of his leg and stab him. It's a very nasty, brutal fight on this tiny boat.
He probably got his leg caught underneath the seat.
Yeah, he is very, very close to he is bleeding out all over. You've definitely stuck him like a pig. He is dying. Now you see this fight going on the boat after you threw Rutherford on there.
Can you throw a stiletto?
I believe you can. Yeah, totally. I don't see why not.
Cool, then we'll throw a
You're
stiletto.
gonna throw a
Anytime.
knife at me now?
Yeah, sure, why not? End the job. No witnesses.
Yeah, go ahead. Just make a simple range, I believe. Simple
Yep.
range attack.
But I am gonna aim twice. And I'm still mounted, so for a plus 30.
Go for it.
Let me just change this to simple range.
Yeah, nice. The stiletto comes flying out of the air perfectly and catches Anton right between the temples as he falls backwards into the water. Awesome. Good job.
Here's a real important question though. Is that can Rutherford pilot a boat?
Well, we're drifting slowly.
And here's the thing, even if he couldn't tell us.
Or he would lie.
Oh no, now he physically can't talk unless he passes a scrutinize test.
I am useless now.
Okay, Anton's cousin is going to take a test here to see if he's going to He's looking for under a 35. He makes it. So rather than fear taking over and giving up, he's going to aim twice and attempt to punch the crap out of you.
Why is this kid not giving up? What's wrong with him?
Take 5 damage as he tries to lay one to your arm, because I think your damage threshold was 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, just right into your hard leather armor. Does next to nothing. It's your turn.
Oh my god. Can I knock out this kid? Please tell me I can knock him out.
You can always attack the subdue.
Or subdue.
Just make an attack, but attempt to subdue rather than just say
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
subduing instead of. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. I have no idea what that means, but okay.
Yeah, roll a d6 damage, and add your combat bonus to that.
2.
plus combat bonus.
Is that another D6?
No, it's a combat bonus is just a stat.
Let me see if I can find it on here.
It's your CB should be next to your combat score.
Oh, I think 6. 6.
Yep.
My bonus 6.
So you do 8 damage as you hit him with the pommel of your sword and trying to put him on the back foot, so he gives up. Elja reloads. Anton is floating in the river. Rasmussen.
Okay, so I'm now engaged with this beastman. Rasmussen will use 2 action points to aim, and his last action point to make a melee attack with the stiletto. He's going for the...
Okay, go for it. Unfortunately,
absolute miss.
Absolute miss.
Okay. All good.
Ooh, who's still really in the village? Oh, I guess Yakety Yak and Genevieve, and Rutherford too.
Delilah.
You hear voices that are shouting monsters from the woods. There's monsters from the woods. As all the Hutfelds who are ready for another fight see people running from where the fire and everything is. It's now night. It's not too bad. Yeah, so we'll get back to that in a second. Your Beastman, seeing you went all out on the attack, will do. And he hits you.
Cool.
Okay. Weak. Powerful. Oof. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use a misfortune to turn that into a.
So that gets turned into a 6, which means that he rolls another die.
Yeah, so he did 7. 7 plus 4, he did 11 damage total. Let me just check powerful real quick. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Oh, BB. Okay, so yeah, take 11 damage.
So that puts me at imperiled.
No, on your damage track. So your damage track is on the next page. I'm sorry. It's on your talents and trappings page.
Oh, got it. So that actually puts me at
9. Oh, so you move to moderately?
Yeah, moderately wounded.
Okay. This is to see if you get an injury. You do not. Yeah. Rutherford on the boat. You hear calls from the town of creatures, monsters. You have Selma in the boat. What do you do?
Row to Scarnsburg.
Really? That's what you try to do? Is row
No.
out?
No.
Okay, I was just saying.
Rutherford, hold out the oar. Reach out to me.
How far am I from either shore?
I imagine you're not that far from the shore. You could probably get an oar over there.
You're drifting,
I'll
Rutherford.
try that.
You're 2 miles out.
You've got Selma with you, right?
Yeah, she's there.
You're drifting to
She's
the inner
in
sea.
a bag covered in blood.
I'm going to suggest that you try to make your way back to Genevieve as quickly as possible.
Yeah. So I'll hold a or out for athletics or coordination.
I can say you don't have to do anything. Nash, make a trivial athletics test. Absolutely trivial.
Trivial.
99.
100. You and your yak drown. 93. You jinxed me.
Actually, you jinx yourself. Really? Oh, geez, because it's only bronze 64. Okay.
You
Yeah,
know, this
you
wasn't an
get close.
attack action.
No. Here you go. That's true. Would you like to use that last fortune point to try and reroll it? I'll
Sure.
let you do it.
Sure, I only want bad things to happen to us from now on.
Well, I mean, luckily the session's almost. We're almost done.
I don't know, you still have an hour and 20 minutes to try and kill one of us. So come on, yeah, I'll fortune point it. After having said all the stuff to make you guys not use fortune points.
Yeah, right.
I don't know about the rest of you guys. I'm really enjoying this chaotic brawl that's taking place all over the.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. There you go. You grab onto the oar. There's like a moment where it looks like the tide is starting, or the river, the current in the river seems to.
All right, Rutherford, now
pick up
pull me in.
and pull you into the boat. I thought are you gonna pull them onto the shore? Is that yeah. Okay, yeah. So you do that. You pull them onto your shore, and that seems like your guys' turn.
All right, Rutherford, I
And
want you to say nothing about this to anybody.
I can't talk.
What's that? I can't hear you.
Yeah, nobody can hear you.
Perfect.
Yeah, Anton's cousin is flailing and swinging, but he looks like very afraid all of a sudden at the shouts of the monsters from the woods.
All right. I'm just gonna leave the mill.
I think he like falls backwards and like starts scrambling to the door if you turn around to leave. Um, when you walk out, you see Elja doing the same thing as her and her family have all their guns, and they are right now like looking like they're setting up to try and like basically fight the monsters because they can see them starting to come. They can see the Ziegenhelds, what's left of their family, is starting to make it to town, but those who are dragging are being caught by the herd.
Yeah, she kind of looks at Alja and says like, if you need to fall back and save your family, like don't die for this.
I think she just looks at you. She levels her pistol that she loaded, and she fires in the direction of the beastmen.
All right, and then I look for Nash. Where the heck did they go? I get on my horse, by the way, because my horse is out there.
Yeah, and like I said, you can see the scene as it approaches, and when we come back to your turn, the scene will have addressed much further. Rasmussen, you find yourself now mostly alone as the herd has continued on closer to town. You're with the one beast fighting for your life.
Rasmussen's only regret so far is that Jeb got away alive. This battle, this life and death struggle with the Beastman is entirely. I mean, obviously, he doesn't dismiss it as unimportant. He wants to get out of this alive if he can, but really dispatching this thing is just a means to get back to taking care of Jeb if he can. So he's gonna try to stab. Oh no, actually, it's yeah, he's gonna just try to keep stabbing at it, and hopefully he can get this thing off of him.
All right, there you go.
I believe that's a critical fail, right?
It is.
And you take peril.
You take 6 peril.
Welcome to the wide world of almost passing out.
Yeah. And that's not the damage track. That's your peril threshold. So it doesn't even meet your peril threshold. So you're okay.
Okay, great.
And did you spend 2 action points to aim for that attack, or did you hold one back?
No, I held one back.
Okay, smart. Now the herd gets to go. So let's see. Genevieve, you see Brutus as the rest of the Ziegenheld sort of fall into the town. You see Brutus is standing at the edge of the village when the Hutfelds like fire their guns for the first time, and one of the um, other beastmen gets shot and killed in the village, like coming up into the village square, and you can hear him roar for a moment.
Creepy. Okay.
And then as the rest of the herd begin engaging with any stragglers and people out front. So let's kind of get a new map. But before that happens, the one beastman fighting you, Rasmussen, is going to use his crude axe to attempt to chop you to pieces.
Do it.
And he's going to aim twice. It's a hit. Would you like to parry?
I would like to parry. However, because I am moderately wounded, that means that I lose 2 skill ranks.
No, nope. That's a peril. Peril does that to you. Being wounded does not.
Okay, good.
So yeah, all you got to do is pass a simple melee test. That's it. Excellent. So you deflect the savage blow as it lands somehow with your stiletto. You may be able to hit his arm out of the way. Rutherford, you've just arrived on the shore. You hear a barrage of gunshots coming from the town.
I don't know what to do anymore.
Get on.
My life is ruined. I guess I'd throw Elja on the yak. I'd throw Selma on the yak.
Even better. I mean, if you need prompting. Rutherford, go get Jen! Not if you can hear me!
Yeah, I throw Selma on the yak and I go run towards the screaming because why not at this point? We're just soaked in blood. I could probably scare some people.
Yeah. Okay. So the brown bits like basically represent beastmen, and the red is the shitty peasant battle line that the Hutfelds and what's left of the Zeekenhelds have managed to put together. So Rutherford, you arrive and you see the battle lines sort of getting together, and you see Jen as she mounts her horse. But you're quite a ways away because the mill is like here-ish. So I guess Jen is like there. That's actually stupid. You spend the whole turn basically moving up to get close to her, to get within eyesight of Jen. Nash.
I'm sorry, where on this little sketch is the mill?
Yeah, let me put the mill in a little better.
Well, I know you just said it. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I just had to get rid. Oh, that color you can't see, but if you can kind of see that.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen you change a thing. That's why I'm asking. Unless you've drawn it underneath where I put the turn order. Yep, literally, you put it right under where I put the turn order.
Yeah.
This series
Yeah,
of weird
like-
squares. Okay, which of these squares is the mill?
The big one.
Okay. And where am I in relation to this?
You
Am I this guy?
are
Oh, I like how all three of us pinged at once.
you're like in that area, right below the mill,
And Jen is where?
somewhere in there. Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to ride in Jen's direction because I can't leave her behind. I honestly don't care what happens to everybody else, but I'm here for Jen.
Anton's cousin is no longer important. Genevieve, you see all the peasants trying to get together and fight for their lives against these monsters. You've just mounted your horse. What's the move?
Shit. How many monsters are there in the group?
There is 13. 13. Plus Brutus. Oh, sorry, there's 12 plus Brutus.
Shit. Is there any is like the tavern nearby?
Yes. Sorry, I don't know if that.
uh, can I wait? Is the armory nearby too? That's my other question.
Yeah. Delilah's right.
All right.
She's actually, you can see her a little bit.
So I'm gonna rush over there on the horse and scream at Delilah, like, you got any booze and cloth?
You come up and you say it to her. And you see her eyes look like they've glazed over as you get close, as you ride up.
Mm-hmm.
When you say the word booze, she stands up and she begins walking towards the beastmen.
Okay, that's weird.
And you see a Nash riding up to you.
Let me see if I can. I'm trying to. I'm gonna get, because I imagine since she's like the best blacksmith, there's like wood and I forget what the kiln, I think it's called, where you're heating up the weapons essentially.
The forge. I
Forge,
think, but yeah, I think the kiln is where they actually have the forge in.
Yeah. Can I grab some wood and like pretty much make a makeshift torch?
You could just grab a torch easily close by for sure.
Cool.
You wouldn't even have to get off your horse to get a torch, I would say.
Cool. I'm gonna
They
grab
had them
that.
ready for the witch burning.
All right. I had it ready for the burning. And then I'm gonna go to the tavern if it's close by and away from the fight, if possible.
Yeah, so you dismount and in front of the tavern. So that's your turn.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do a simple warfare test. And we're gonna see how well Elja and her team are. So not well. Okay, that's what we're gonna guess from that. So they failed, so they're gonna being pushed back as they're trying to fight away this vicious. Rasmussen.
Yep.
You are still fighting this thing. Go ahead.
It is now its turn to come at me.
No, its turn already went. Yeah, it missed.
Oh, right. I parried it with the thing. Okay. So
Yeah, you
2 aims and a stabby.
all right. Throwing it all in there. Go for it. All right.
I nicked it.
Yeah, this is the first time you've hit it. Yeah, you stab him. You get a good hit in. You can see the creature bleed, and it's gonna shoot roar and just skip to its turn and swing back and aim twice.
Do it.
Hit. Take 9 damage. Does that mean you?
Yeah, which means I guess I get knocked down yet another point down the track.
Okay, just 1 point down the track.
Well, because a 9 would put me at. Oh no, that would be moderately wounded, which means it knocks me down 2.
Nope, it only knocks you down 1 because it has to exceed damage threshold plus 6 to knock you down 2. So it only knocks you down 1
Which
from
puts
moderately
me
to
at severely
seriously.
wounded. Okay, good. So just to be clear, as I go down the damage track, there's no negative consequence to any of my checks or anything?
Yes, because now I roll 2d6 to determine if you suffer an injury, which I just did, and you do. Yeah.
Sounds good.
So roll a d100 for your serious injury.
Yeah, the more down you go, the more d6s. And every time he rolls a 6, you get injured.
Okay, cool.
You have a broken kneecap.
Nice.
A lot of that going around.
So I essentially collapse to the ground, I'm guessing.
Wait, which knee?
I only have the one knee, so the one I've got.
Well, no, a peg leg can be from below the knee. So it could be on your peg leg.
No, it's on your real leg, but your peg leg keeps you up because you're not a quitter, Rasmussen. You're not a quitter. You don't go pro. But anytime you have to take a test that requires brawn or agility, sorry, I'm just writing down your shattered kneecap. Anytime you need to take a test that requires brawn or agility, you sorry, my brain. You suffer mental peril. So
we're gonna have to invent a wheelchair for you.
Yeah. We can attach a cart to your yak.
Oh, and both of you who suffered serious injuries, take 4 corruption, by the way, for suffering a serious injury.
Oh, great. Man, I'm real fuck this game.
I believe that gives you a chaos rank, Joe.
I already got one. You forgot to count. There was 2 times where I pretended to be a priest, so.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So Brutus and the herd. Their momentum is starting to slow, quite badly, and it seems like there's almost a lull in the fighting. Perhaps maybe they've ran too hard, too fast. The alcohol buzz is starting to wear off.
Brutus and the Herd sounds like a band name.
Yeah, I was saying that earlier. I just couldn't think of who they'd be a cover band for.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
That was exactly what I was going to say.
Rutherford, you're like way back here with your crushed larynx, and you're quite far from anybody. You do see Genevieve going to the tavern, which is over there-ish.
I guess I just try and get to the tavern. I got no idea, man. Like I might be crying right now. I'd be losing it.
Yeah, okay. That seems good. Nash, what do you do?
Well, I spent all of last turn riding at Genevieve.
Yeah, and now she's ridden away from you again.
Well, no, she went to Delilah's, and then she crossed the entire town to go to the inn. So
Yeah, it's not that
yeah, so I mean, I don't know how much faster her horse is than my yak, but I should have caught up, right?
Decent. Her horse is decently faster. It's a well-bred horse, and
Yeah, but my yak is super strong.
yeah, it's strong. But,
my yak can carry 2 of her horses, literally.
Yeah.
Yes, but can it do it fast?
So, yeah, you can be close behind her easy enough to catch up.
Well, I'm trying to catch her before she actually walks into the inn, because she's ignoring
Well, she dismounted.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to want to grab
yeah.
her before she walks in there, like the same way I did with Rutherford.
Yeah, you. I don't think you can get her before she gets in there, but you're definitely right behind her. Like she dismounts, you're right behind her.
Well, that's my whole turn then.
Okay.
If I can't grab her, then there's not much else I can do.
Yeah.
I'm just like grabbing bottles of alcohol in my arms. I'm just yeah, I'm just grabbing bottles of alcohol in my arms and like stuffing them with rags.
I think maybe even Lucius is helping you with this as quickly as they can, right? So you walk inside with Nash pulling up from behind, stuffing rags in the bottles. Sounds good.
Yep.
Let's see how everyone else is. Oh, not well either. Yeah, I think they're like falling back, as the beastmen are like fighting. They're pushing. They're getting to break.
Oh shit.
Sorry, Nick, you were breaking up there for a second. I didn't hear what you just said.
The townspeople are close to breaking and running. Yeah, so that's not good. Rasmussen, it is your turn.
I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I gotta kill this thing, or I gotta try anyway.
Yeah, go for
it. So 2 aims and a stab. Nope.
Oh,
it's okay.
It hurts
It's all right.
so
Look,
bad.
it's a life and death struggle. It's fine.
Yeah, I know. It hurts to see this. It hurts. I'm gonna do this brew or Bray, whatever it's called. And I'm gonna do him next. And he hits.
Okay.
I think he's gonna try and finish this right now with the fortune. 13 damage. Now, does that move you to
slain?
Do you have a fate point?
I do not, because I burnt it the last time.
I thought you had 2.
I did, but I used 1 in like the second session, and I used the second one during the fight with.
It says you still have 1 right now. I think you used only 1. So
I remember you only using 1 too. Good job.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So then I'll use my remaining fate point.
Awesome. As the beast is about to finish you, you're on the ground. You can go back. Seriously wounded. Um, as the beast is about to finish you, like I think maybe he knocks you over on your broken kneecap. Um, a scythe rips through the back of the beast and moves down, just like basically disemboweling the thing from behind, which is very difficult. And extremely gruesome, but it's dead.
I'm covered in gore.
Yeah.
I should get another injury.
Yeah. No, you don't. You don't get another injury. You're good. Um, as it falls, oh god, you don't actually know who it is. You see the face of a young man who looks like very disturbed. At the moment, like his face is sunken and his features are black into it, and he's wearing a dirty old clothes, and he's staring right at you.
Okay, well, Rasmussen's eyes are wide in shock and surprise and pain, and he closes his eyes and is preparing to suffer the final death stroke.
Let's see. Brutus. This is an awareness check. Let me see this guy's stat. Well, luckily he's not that good at this. Oh, plus 10. Okay, so he's looking for a 50. No. Okay. Good news for everyone else. See how their warfare test goes. Goes well as they push further and deeper into the town and take more lives of villagers. Rutherford, you are limping in the town somewhere.
How close am I to the end so far?
You could make it this turn. Well, like off to your left, like you see people like getting fucking murdered, right? As they're like running through the street. Is like, yeah, it's not good.
That's... Fuck that noise. Just gonna go to the inn and get a drink.
You settle into the inn, and you see Nash, who I now is also in the inn.
I'm not in the inn.
Well, you were right outside, and you.
I'm on my
dismounted
yak. No, I never said I got off. I'm waiting for
okay.
Jen. I'm waiting for Jen to fucking get outside so I can grab her and leave this goddamn town.
Yeah. Oh, and go
I don't
where?
know why she's running away from me.
Yeah, just so you know, you've got to go like past the Beastman to where you need to go, right?
Well, I mean, Jen did it, so...
Yeah. All right. Well, Jen didn't run past them. Well, I guess now they would
I
be.
literally am right behind her, so whatever
Yep.
she did, I did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, she's in the inn. So you're waiting outside, so we'll move you below her this round. Genevieve, you've made a couple Molotov cocktails, I guess.
Yes, I did. Little petrol bomb. So when I get out of the inn, where are the beastmen? Are they like behind me? Because you said they moved up, right?
Green Square is the inn.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to literally get on my and hit the front line so I can cocktails of beastmen.
Well, unfortunately, as soon as you get out, I think Nash is going to try and interrupt you.
Yes, now we get
Okay.
the opposed athletics check. Opposed athletics coordination, I think you said it was.
Coordination, yeah.
Yeah.
This we were trying to kill children,
And eat
kidnapping
them.
people.
Yeah, shame you can't tell anyone about it.
Shut up.
And is this an aimable thing?
I suppose, yeah. Coordination, I'd say, here to
Well,
try and basically pick her
Escape,
up.
right?
Well, you said
Or,
athletics on my side, coordination on her side. At least that's what it
Yeah,
was
I
when I was
think.
doing this to Rutherford.
Well, I think for him it would have been a coordination to pick him up to throw him athletics, but I guess athletics works too.
No, I mean when I was going to pick him up the first time, you were saying that it
Okay.
would have been.
Yeah. Let's make it athletics. I think because there's not really like a stunt. Well, I guess you can't aim it because it's not really a stunt. It's a difficulty check. So I'd say the difficulty um challenging because she's got a torch and some that makes it a little harder. But she's also not really expecting it, so that's standard. Standard difficulty athletics check.
And I can aim it.
No, because it's just a.
I am
Well, I guess
saddleborn.
it is a perilous maneuver, I suppose. So sure.
All right, does saddleborn come into play?
Does Saddleborn affect perilous stunts?
To strike with a melee or ranged weapon. Is my hand
Yeah,
a melee
it
weapon?
does not say. No, it does not say perilous stunts.
All right.
Because other things will say like aim. Under aim, it says can affect perilous stunts. So it will specifically say it. So,
Okay. I'm just trying to try. Any questions you
No.
got, Fluff?
yes.
Yeah, giant hand comes down.
Okay, is he rolling first, or then I roll, or what?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
post roll.
I think that's how.
That's why I was
it
asking if
goes.
you had any
Yeah.
questions for like any
Yeah.
bonuses you want to try and throw out there.
Well, she doesn't see it coming, so I don't imagine I can maneuver anything. I think it'd just be a normal.
Yeah, just be a normal coordination test, but it's
Yeah.
like a parry. Like if you succeed, you just succeed.
I guess to my benefit, I was sitting out here waiting for you this whole time.
Yeah. So make a coordination test. Just standard difficulty.
Oof, I don't know how that works out.
Yeah, well, no, it works like a parry. So he attempted to make the attack, but he missed. You dodge out of the way as you see the hand coming, leaving the building, but you spend an action point basically parrying, and now you have 2 left for your turn.
Cool. I guess I will remount my horse and make my way towards the line, the fighting line here, somewhere here.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say that's about your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nash. You move above Genevieve. I'll do that next time. Townspeople. Can we roll under a 50 tonight? No, we can't. Rasmussen. Yeah, we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Brutus is making an awareness test, looking for a 50. Fails. Excellent. And the herd's warfare. Also fails. So the fighting is starting to slow down on both sides again. Rutherford.
I'm gonna walk into the bar and ask for a drink. But do I see Genevieve and Mr. Ogre out there? Or are they gone by?
You definitely see Mr. Ogre has beef. You kind of saw the scuffle between them, but Selma went towards the battle line.
Well, I guess I'll just walk into the bar and ask the bartender for a drink.
I think that's like a perfect moment where we like see you ask him for a drink, and he just like stares at you, and then we cut back to Genevieve, and
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, I'm throwing those top cocktails at the beast bed. If I can I do that? Can I double aim and do that?
yeah, make a ranged attack.
So so do I click on range attack or do I use the ranged weapon? Is my question.
Make this a simple ranged roll, yeah, and aim twice, so plus 20%.
All right. I'm gonna use the spearheaded. I don't know if that's correct. Fire hardened spear.
What was that?
I'm just gonna use the fire hardened spear and use. I don't know if that's correct or not.
Just make a simple melee roll off your skill sheet, or simple ranged roll off your skill
Okay.
sheet.
All right. So ranged. Yes.
Yeah, I think this is gonna have the given effect. Yeah, I think once they like explode and the fire starts, the beastmen, their nerve breaks, and they begin to fall back and retreat and run back towards the woods for the moment. Um, Nash, you move before that. What are you doing?
I'm gonna ride for the hills.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I did what I could. Just gonna have to explain to Schwartz I couldn't save his daughter.
That is an awesome roll.
Yeah, I think you escape, and I think you get out with Selma because Brutus did not see you at all. So we'll kind of talk about that later, because I think there's going to be a couple of weeks in game time that are going to pass before anything really happens again, for various reasons. So we will talk about this later. Beastmen, uh, the fire grenades explode in between them. Their will breaks, and they start running back for the hills. And there's like a serene moment where Rutherford is in the bar just drinking because he can't even say words. Um, and Genevieve is standing out there with like the on her horse, watching the fires flame. Are you going to do anything else with that as you look over the scattered town defenders, or the beaten up town defenders?
I think other than she tells them to like, to like back up and gather their wounded, pretty much.
And Rasmussen is looking directly into the face of the Green Man, or what he assumes is the Green Man.
He is
And,
lucid enough to make that determination.
I don't think so. I think that was a slip that I was not intending to make, but I made it. So you are standing in front of a young man who looks distraught, but he did just save your life. And
So Rasmussen, coughing up blood, will just thank you. Who are you?
And he looks at you and he says, you didn't find him in time. She said she would find him, and you didn't. And he kneels down next to you and stares at you, and he says, I think you're lucky that I don't blame you for him. And he stands up, and he stands up because he notices the herd is running back towards him, and he makes off in the direction of the manor house, which is kind of towards the woods.
Okay, fair enough. Is Rasmussen able to locate the flintlock that he dropped earlier?
It's close, yeah.
So he'll try to reach for it and crawl for it pathetically, just so that he can grip it in his hands. He does not have any ambitions beyond that at this moment.
Awesome. So I think this is a good place to hold for the night. To pause for next week. Let's do our end of session stuff. And yeah.
So how
All
about
right.
that XP?
So let's do the corruption roll. So this is for Rasmussen and
So I currently have a corruption of 6, which means that it has to roll lower than.
equal to. Okay, so no. Rutherford, did you manage to rack up to 8 again?
I only got 16, so I'm good.
Okay. So everyone else gets an order rank. Oh gosh, I guess Nash probably should have had some corruption, but it's okay. It wouldn't
For
have been
what?
8.
What did I do?
You hurled
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, for the betterment of everybody.
You threw a man into a dinghy.
Yeah.
And you hurt
Probably not
someone.
much. Probably that's what I'm saying. Definitely not 8 corruption. Like maybe you had 2.
Look, anything you would say, you would defend by saying I did it to a friend, and I would say I did not.
Well, it's
Alright,
not doing it to the
Mr.
friend. You did it to
Ogre.
people who mildly trust you, right? The corruption is shows like you doing things that are just like slightly evil. That's what it is. It's like, your slow descent into chaos.
I want to ask you now, are you saying that throwing somebody into a boat is slightly evil?
Yes.
I think
It was
I
chaotic.
also think trying to take Genevieve, which was the town's like only real soldier, away from the town when it needed it the most, warrants corruption too. But like I said, I don't think it warrants anywhere close to 8 corruption. But those are the kind of things that I should be handing out for that I missed.
That's also a hard argument because it's also versus reuniting a mother and a child.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about corruption is in this universe. It really is inevitable. One good, but you could also argue by not doing it, you earn corruption because you're not reuniting a family. You're splitting a family apart forever. So you can literally argue either way you're screwed, and that's totally acceptable for this universe. In this game system, I like it. Moving on though, before I go too crazy, 100 XP for showing up today. Gosh, did we figure out a clue? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think it was like it was less about more about reveal, right? I feel like that's what it felt like this session. Like we, like Deb is officially an asshole.
Yeah, I definitely think you guys have a lead of some kind.
Well, the one thing that comes to mind is when Brutus said that he was looking for Selma. That was new information. I don't think that we knew that before, that he was looking.
Yeah, I definitely think you guys earned a lead.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
with the herd was a surprise too. It's like he seemed like he was commanding them. Weird. Hmm.
Yeah,
don't know.
I definitely feel like there's a lead here. I feel like what could help shed clarity into that lead is riding off into the sunset, which is going to be interesting. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I gotta get running. So 25 experience for the lead. Genevieve, do you feel like diplomacy or hypocrisy you portrayed today?
I'm not sure. I feel like there was a lot of. Well, I guess you could say she diplomacy in the fact that she didn't really want to hurt anybody. Fight, I guess.
I mean, do you feel okay with taking that experience?
No, I feel like it doesn't count the session. There's
okay. There
You know what? No, I'm going to play devil's advocate for a moment. I'm going to say that Genevieve did everything she possibly could to rescue her mother. I think that was very.
It's diplomacy or
I would argue hypocrisy on her side. No, I mean seriously though, not doing anything like that. A session ago, Genevieve so excited to rejoin the ogre people, and that childhood exuberance that she was imposing, and in the moment her town was in danger, she sided with her town, which is sort of hypocrisy against her origin that she was so excited about. I'm throwing that way.
That's true.
Do you feel like that's a good argument? Have you been swayed, Genevieve?
I have been swayed.
Okay, take the 20. Okay. Nash, heroism or martyrdom?
I did everything in my power to save that woman, and then I did. So heroism all the way.
Yeah, all the way until the end. You come up. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I agree. 25.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna charge into the enemy with a unconscious woman on my yak. It's gonna get a dead woman.
Real martyrdom. Yeah, well, that's what a hero does, right?
No, they don't put the person they're saving in danger to save somebody else.
Rasmussen.
No.
Heroism or martyrdom?
No. He spent the first half of the session trying to come up with a way to save Selma and was entirely motivated by that goal, and spent the entire second half of the session entirely motivated by murdering Jeb. So I call it.
Okay, sounds good to me. And finally, my favorite, Rutherford. Do we have pride or arrogance today?
Yes.
Let's double it. Yes.
Yeah, take the 25. All right, guys, I gotta run. I will see you next week.
Thanks for the session. It was a lot of fun. Have a good one, guys.
Peace out, dudes.